Hey YouTube, how we doing out the world? It's your boy. It's the film reviewer, the film critic, with the movies of November. Let's get it started. As always, we start with the order in which I saw these films, the order in which I anticipated these films. This could have to do with how good their trailers looked, whether or not I enjoyed the director or the actors or actresses, the genre, or if this was a franchise that I've been following for a nice long while. None of the above. And how much I actually enjoyed the films. Of course, the only one that's in ascending order is the order in which I saw the films. We start with number one and go through the fourth movie I've seen. For anticipation and for actual enjoyment, we go 4 through 1. It's pretty basic. The order in which I saw the movies of November. Here we go. Killers of the Flower Moon, The Marvels, Hunger Games, Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, and Disney's Wish. Yeah. The order in which I was anticipating these movies. Wish. The Mouse House has not been kind to fans lately, and Wish simply seems like a callback to, or looked like it was going to be a callback to earlier days of simple story writing, simple characters. Thought I'd give it a chance. The Marvels, anything beyond Avengers Endgame, not Spider-Man related, anything beyond Avengers Endgame has been disappointed. Has been a disappointment. Yeah. The original Captain Marvel, also a disappointment. Good news about the Marvels is you get to see Brie Larson, and I never see enough of that. Bad news is they played the movie with the sound on. The good news is that the Marvels only ran for 115 minutes, so MCU is actually listening to the fans. Bad news is 45 minutes of the film was watchable. Hunger Games Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. The trailer looked good, and I think I read the first two Hunger Games books and got through part of the third one, enough to know what's going on here, and this was a prequel to the Hunger Games. I'd rank it a little higher for the talent of the actress, but it would just feel weird, so I won't do it. Order of anticipation, no, that leaves number one, of course. Killers of the Flower Moon is the first Scorsese film I recall ever seeing. The trailer had me hooked. The trailer did its job. Okay, order in which I actually enjoyed the movies of November. Number 4, The Marvels, and who didn't see this coming? I mean, it's simply not a good movie. I mean, there were 45 minutes of worth of an hour and 50 of a 115-minute movie were entertaining. And it was a superhero popcorn flick. It's supposed to be entertaining. That's its one job. Um, as always, I did like there were the post credit scenes, and there was one member during the post credit scenes that had me hooked for another movie that hopefully is not the Marvels again. Got to keep your eyes peeled for a big blue beast of a doctor. Now you've got my attention, Marvel. Now you got my attention again. All right. Number 3, order of enjoyment. I was just not Wish's target demographic. I know that. Yeah. I almost watched Mandrome or whatever it was called, but it was here at the theater and left the theater in the blink of an eye, so I missed it and never quite pulled the trigger of renting it on Vudu. So I went and saw Wish instead. Mm, again, I was not Wish's target demographic. Um, it was a fine movie. I mean, again, the Mouse House is really trying to go back to simply fantastic storytelling instead of trying to shoehorn every single minority character into the movie for minority's sake. So you give credit where it's due. Give credit where it's due. I also got in a decent half-hour nap in that movie. That was great. Um, Number 2, order of enjoyment. Giving Hunger Games any more credit than it's really worth is starting to feel just weird. Weird. But here we are. Be warned now, it is 2 hours and 45 minutes long. It's nearly 3 hours. Um, and I can even tell you when they could have cut the movie off. But it was a well done story. It was just very well shot. My reservations with the actress as a person or as a personality, obviously, I don't know her, but as a personality in interviews, well, let's just say that as an actress, she's a lot better singer than she was back in West Side Story. It's gonna feel a little off to have a Hunger Games movie turn into a musical, but it's literally called The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. And you're not about to see Katniss or Peeta because they're not born yet, because they're probably not born yet, because this is whatever Snow's real first name was as a younger man. The only thing I'm coming up with is Aldous Snow, and he was Russell Brand's character, and forgetting Sarah Marshall. Yeah, I'm drawing a blank on what Snow's first name was. Anyway, it was a very well done movie. You can actually see his character going insane and turning dark and twisted and crooked. Number one, best movie of November, far and away, Killers of the Flower Moon. My one gripe is that it was 3.5 hours long. Um, but it's got a story to tell. If I wanted to nitpick, then another gripe that I have is this is probably how the how the tribe's women were actually treated. Um, white bureaucrat shows up in search of oil money and finds a Native American tribe living out there. Hires out his friends to marry off the women and kills them all to inherit the oil money. Leo DiCaprio is probably is probably his closest acolyte and is the and is just a gullible sucker who then who then picks up De Niro's mentality. He doesn't even play a likable character. I mean, he's just as vindictive and atrocious as De Niro's character throughout this whole flick. It's kind of like Harry Styles' character in Don't Worry, Darling, in that there is no redeeming value to him. At the end of the day, that just shows great storytelling, and that I formed an opinion at all, such a strong opinion on a movie character. And again, I don't recall seeing another Scorsese movie yet. I want to check out Life Aquatic or the Royal Tenenbaums or something next, but Killers of the Flower Moon I would definitely recommend. It's eye-opening. It's just a very well done movie. It makes you think. It hits you here and here. Well, those are the movies of November. I'm Kent Brindley. I review movies so that you can make up your own mind. I'll see you soon.